What's going on, everyone? It's Brandon Turner, host of the BiggerPockets Podcast, author of the book on rental property investing, and today I want to share with you how I analyze a rental property, specifically how I analyze a 4-unit property, a fourplex. Now, backstory of this, I'm actually looking to buy a property right now for my son, Wilder. So every kid that I have, I got 2 now, but every kid that I have, my kind of goal is to buy them a property when they're young, put it on a 15-year mortgage, pay it off over time, and when they're ready to go to college, they got a paid-off property that will cover their entire college. That's the backstory. So I'm looking in Chattanooga, Tennessee right now as one of my markets that I'm identifying as I'd like to buy there. So I found this fourplex. I just started running the numbers on it, and I was like, wait, I should screen record this and then put it up on BiggerPockets so that other people can learn how I'm analyzing deals. 'Cause I think this would help people. Because so many people analyze deals incorrectly, wrong. They just forget so many of the things that are important to. And so they buy property that don't actually make them money and cause them stress and headache and toilets and termites and drama, when really they could have a passive investment if they just analyzed it correctly. So that's why I made this video. If you enjoy this as you're watching it, don't forget to give me a little bit of a high five by clicking that like button or the heart or thumbs up or whatever it is. And if you like more content like this, follow us at BiggerPockets on YouTube, Instagram, and everywhere else. And me personally at Beardy Brandon and all those places on Instagram, especially because I'm like a 13-year-old girl when it comes to Instagram. So that's it. So let's get to the video. Again, it's just a screen recording. You're not going to see my face anymore, but you're going to learn exactly in real time how I analyze a fourplex.
What's going on, everyone? It's Brandon. I wanted to do an analysis on a property I just found in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Near Chattanooga. It's actually in Cleveland, Tennessee. And I wanted to run the numbers to show you kind of how I do this quickly in case this helps anybody else. So I don't know anything about the neighborhood or even the town of Cleveland, Tennessee, but I know it's near Chattanooga. This property was listed at $350. It is a 4-unit property in good condition, all 2-bedroom units, bringing in a total of $2,600 a month in rental income. You can kind of see the pictures here. Decent color, flooring, cabinets could use some work. I don't know why they didn't sweep before taking this picture, but pretty typical. But yeah, it doesn't look like it needs a lot. It looks pretty nice, pretty easy to handle. Been on the market for 116 days. That's pretty long in this market. So my guess is that we're not going to pencil out well. But again, like I always say, there's a price that makes everything a good deal. Let's go in here, go to Tools on BiggerPockets, go to the Rental Property Calculator, start a new report. And then I'm just going to do some quick copying and pasting of some information here. Let's go like this. City, Tennessee, zip code. I always like to put a photo because it makes it look so much nicer at the end. So let's add a photo here. First, I got to take that photo. So let's go back to page number 1. Just a little screenshot of this guy. There we go. Let's go back to our thing here. Add photo from my desktop. There it is. All right, for page 1. Page 2, what are we going to buy this thing for? Well, they're asking $349. Let's start there. We'll reduce down later. Closing costs, usually, 1 to 2%, so anywhere between $3,000 to $7,000. Let's go $5,000 here, and then because there's going to be a residential loan. I'm going to be rehabbing it, but not with much. I'm going to call it the same price. It's going to be worth $350 when I'm done with it. I'm going to put in we'll call it $3,000 worth of work. Not a lot, just a little bit. Loan details. Let's go 25% down in this case. I might be able to get a 20% down with somebody. We'll go 3.5% because it is residential. I think we could probably nail that right now. We'll go 1 point on the mortgage. That means the mortgage company is going to charge a 1% fee. Don't mind the bird chirping in the background. And we'll go a 30-year mortgage on this baby. Next, income. Now, with BiggerPockets, we can actually go and look at what rental estimates are based on data in this area. But I also know in the listing, they flat out tell me it's bringing in $2,600 a month in rental income. So I'm just going to use that for simplicity reasons right now. This is another property I ran a little bit ago in that same area that was not a good deal. So now we're running this one. 26. That's probably good for now. Expenses, taxes. What are they going to run? Well, let's go back to the realtor listing and see if they tell us property taxes in here. Sometimes they do annual taxes, $2,202. So let's just round that up to $2,300. Of course, we're going to double check that before we actually buy the property. Make sure those aren't going to crank up to $4,000 after we buy it. Insurance, let's just run that at maybe $150 a month. Of course, you can double check with an insurance person for that. Repairs and maintenance, I would do between 5 and 10%. In this case, let's go with a straight 7. Vacancy, I usually about 5. CapEx, which means you're saving up for future, like refrigerators, new carpet in the future, new windows, a new roof every 20 years. Basically, CapEx is saving up for future big items. Management, we got to pay about 10% for that. We might be able to get slightly lower, but with an eviction every 5 years, it's going to add up. So I do 10 there. Now, on this particular property, the thing that stood out to me is it's a side-by-side multifamily. I like those rather than top-bottom, like if there was a unit on top, because typically the water meters are more likely to be separated. So in the listing, I actually confirmed that when down here, and it says that where is it? Owner pays, right here, rental info. Tenant pays all utilities. So in this case, the landlord's going to not have to pay electricity or gas or water and sewer or HOA or garbage. So that's great. So that's really about it. Let's go ahead and run the numbers on this, finish the analysis, and in under 5 minutes, we have run the numbers on this property. And based on what I just ran, now please don't take this as gospel truth, because again, I don't know the market very well. I don't know it really at all. So this is just based on what I came up with. $329 a month in cash flow, which is a 4% return on my money. I want to make at least 8% minimum, ideally 10 to 12. 15 is like a home run, but 8% is like my very, very bare minimum base hit. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw my hands in the air and say there's no good deals in this market. I quit. Just kidding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to adjust my purchase prices. It's been on the market a while. They'll take lower. What if I offered them like $275 and I got a loan at, again, 25% down? What does that do to my prices? Boom. Now I'm at $576 and an 8% return. If you wanted an 8% return, then you could probably afford to offer right around this amount of money. And so we're probably good right around here at a $275 purchase price, and we can go from there. Now, what if you can go deeper on here. Well, what if you fix the property up and you can get higher rent? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's hit edit. Let's go back in here. I didn't save those changes. So let's say I offered them $300 for the property. Let's say instead of doing the $3,000 repair costs, let's say I put in $25,000 and really made this a nice property. But because of that, I could get rents a lot higher. Where's my rents? Right here. Instead of 26, let's say I was able to raise that by $200 per unit. So now we're looking at an extra $800 on that, which is going to be $3,400. I don't know, but let's just say that's what we knew because we knew our market really well. We kept everything else the same. By putting that extra 25, does that make this a better deal, offering $300? Wow, look at that, almost 12% return and over $1,000 a month in cash flow. That's awesome, right? Again, I don't know if we can get an extra 200. Can we really get $800 per unit or whatever that number is? What's 2,600 divided by 4? 26 would be 13, would be 650. Right, so 650 right now. Could we get 850 if we put 25 grand in this property? I don't know this market. I don't know. This is why it's important to know your market. But notice right here, like real estate's not one-sided. We can push and pull one lever to get another lever going. We can increase the rent by decreasing this, and we can increase our vacancy but increase our rent. Like there's lots you can do, which is why I like these calculators that you can kind of move them up and down a little bit. So what if I paid like 330? They'd probably take 330 right now. Being on the market for that long and they're at 350, they will almost for sure take 330. And let's say I got an 80% loan instead of 75. Like let's say I worked that a little bit. So I got 20% down, and let's say my interest rate ended up getting even a little lower. We got a 3.3. Great. Let's scroll up and see. Now at a 330 price, we're still at 11.15. So if I wanted to get that down to 12, I'm going to crank this. Let's go 320. And let's crank this back to 80%. Here we go, 80%. Now we're at 11.83, close enough for my needs here. And again, $950 in rent. So if this property could get that extra rent, this might be a decent property to pursue. I'm going to scroll through here. And of course, I can share this if I wanted to by clicking. I can upload my own company logo, which is kind of cool. And I can download a PDF report. So I can show it to lenders. I can show it to maybe a business partner. I can show it to my own spouse. So that's kind of how this whole thing works. And let's just download PDF. Here it comes. All right. So this is what the thing looks like at the end of the day. So we can kind of scroll through the numbers and be able to give this to a lender, partner, spouse, whoever, to say, this is the deal I want to pursue. I'm not crazy. Let's make this thing happen. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, click, share, comment, do all the things that people tell you to do on these calls or on these videos. And stick close to BiggerPockets for more. Again, this is the calculator offered on BiggerPockets. Everybody gets it. Use it for 5 times for free. If you want unlimited access, you do got to become a BiggerPockets Pro member. So jump into Pro. Try it out. It's pretty awesome. And if you come to a BiggerPockets webinar that I host every week, I usually give out, not always, but usually give out discount codes. So hang tight for that. Come to a webinar at BiggerPockets.com/webinar. We analyze deals live and give you an opportunity to go pro with some cool bonuses. So thanks for watching the video. And for BiggerPockets.com, this is Brandon signing off.